think Hoodle senses something. Mahog saw.
Shield and make!
Elusive deity! Tempting! Take this! Does it hurt?
If they rush you, you guys just recover, okay?
Do it! Shionne!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Tiger Wave!
Save you!
That freaking does it!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
I'll leave it to you! This one!
Look sharp!
Can you take it? Burn in hell! Does it hurt? Elusive deity! Take!
Looks like we got them all.
I'll hold on to that.
Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo. Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo. Maybe something's going on in the forest. I think Hoodle senses something.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Okay, off we go. Benediction light.
Crescent Heal! Dragon Tail!
I'll face you. Sword Rain out! Tornado
Eat
Drive!
this!
Elusive deity!
I'll take out the
Tornado
Lord
Drive!
Florida!
Does it can't get out of this! Begin! Does it hurt? This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for.
I never
Get
miss.
behind me!
Do it! Good! Shield! Leave it to...
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Look sharp!
Rising Wyvern!
First strike! Glimmer Dragon! This one's mine!
You picked the wrong fight!
I'll tear you apart!
Rising
Like
Wyvern!
moths to the flame!
I'll face you! Slash! Demon Fang! Taste this! Tempting! Double Demon Fang!
Eat this!
Elusive deity! A victory for the ages.
Rip and tear!
Rise and
This one's
finish it!
mine! Law, I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! And done!
Let's keep up the pace!
Rising Rider!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
I can carve through it!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action! A comfortable win. There's something in the water. I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Talka Pond, and it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Ren and eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
Wouldn't it be easier to simply use astral arts to catch the fish and be done with it?
That misses the whole point of going out to fish. Ha! Looks like I lost it. Time to try a different spot. Not my lucky day, I guess.
Wouldn't it be easier to simply use astral arts to catch the fish and be done with it?
That misses the whole point of going out to fish. Not my lucky day, I guess. Nothing's biting. Looks like I lost it. Okay, change of plans. Ha! There we go. Dagnabbit! It got away. I've got something. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Not too shabby, friend.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. 𝚁𝚐𝚐 told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Viscint. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us. Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts...
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with 𝚁𝚐𝚐, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Viscint.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the 𝚿𝚗𝚐𝚎 Guard.
Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you... Good food is the best kind of magic.
Mind if I join you, Law?
Oh, hey, Alphen. What's up?
Nothing. I was just surprised to see you weren't training for once. Got a stomachache or something?
You know I don't literally train around the clock, right? I do take breaks.
Do you? It seems like you're training every chance you get.
Well, yeah, it can't be helped if I want to get stronger. Still, it's important to let your muscles rest every now and then. That's what my dad told me anyway.
Zephyr said that?
When I was a little kid, yeah. I would get so excited whenever he came home. I always followed him wherever he went and tried to learn as much from him as I could. He said, it's good to be passionate, but don't overdo it. Just like there are times when you want to take a break from studying, sometimes your body wants to take a break from training too. I was always rushing around and forgetting to rest, so he ended up telling me that a lot.
That definitely sounds like him.
It's nothing to get sad over. Still, I can't help but wonder if that was my dad's way of teaching me the dangers of rushing into things too quickly. Then again, maybe I'm just overthinking things. I wish I'd had more time to talk to him about this kind of stuff. I'll take guard duty tonight. It's fine. I feel pretty refreshed after that sleep.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in 𝚃𝚊𝚕𝚔𝚑𝚛𝚘𝚏. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in 𝚃𝚊𝚕𝚔𝚑 before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danans in 𝚃𝚊𝚕𝚔𝚑𝚑 have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
It'll take more than that. My shield.
Dependable to the last.
Whirlwind snap!
I'm like bait to them!
Rip and tear!
Airborne beast. Model set.
First strike!
In a bind?
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! I'm on it! I'll end you! Be still! Everlasting dark!
Denied!
Eat this! Negative gate! I'll end you! Resonate with the earth! Steel!
Lasted.
In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed roll.
Anything in armor is all mine! I can carve through armor!
You're done! Whirlwind Tiger Blade! I'm just getting started!
Rising Wyvern!
Eat this! Everlasting arm!
And see what happened there as you crossed me. Next shouldn't have done that.
Resonate with the earth! Awesome! Stalagmite!
Shockwave Delight!
Tiger Blade! I'm on it! Look sharp!
I'm ready. This one's mine.
Tiger Blade!
should make for some good weapon crafting material.
All right.
Nowhere to run from my heart.
He slows down. That's our chance.
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
Begin! Take no further! Benediction light.
Dragon
Going in! Come on, roll! In a bind?
Tiger Blade! Let's keep up the pressure!
Elusive rising wyvern!
Hurricane!
Eagle rising phoenix!
Tornado drive!
Take this!
Take this! In a bind?
Take this! Tiger
I'll
Blade!
face you!
Dragon
You're
Sword!
mine! Going in! Take this! Can't get out of this! Begin! Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah! And bubbling to me!
Swallow dance!
That's it!
Rising
Tiger
wyvern!
Blade!
All good things.
Mirage!
In a bind?
This one's mine!
Tempting!
Can't get out of this!
Mirage!
Shield and fate!
That frickin' does it!
Hurricane!
This one's mine!
Try this!
Tiger Blade!
Can't get out of this!
Rip and tear!
Going in!
I'll face you! Elusive
It's
deity!
over!
Look sharp!
Destruction! First strike!
This one's mine!
No further!
Eagle Fly!
Mirage!
I'm just
Chocolate
getting
strike!
started! Here goes!
Destruction!
Talon, do it!
Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
We did it!
Magnificently done!
Elusive!
Prepare to be sealed! No further!
I'm not done! Mirage!
Glimmer Dragon!
Destruction!
I'm just getting...
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Dahnan relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Dahnan history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
I sense a strange power from this.
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
Finally, some open space again.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard. Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
Burn!
So good with airborne targets.
Here goes!
Lunarongo!
What flying freak?
Why can't they just sit still?
Shionne, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than
Far
done.
enough!
Armor won't. Watch this.
Literally!
That's it!
In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
I'm ready!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
On guard!
Now I'm real mad.
Dragon
Can you
Swarm!
take it?
I'm not done!
Elusive deity!
Megasonic Thrust!
You're mine! Now
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I wonder if I'm as strong as my dad was.
One day I think you'll surpass him.
I wonder when.
It'll take more than that! Break my shield!
Dependable to the last. In a bind?
Take this! Tiger Blade! No way out?
Evil time! They got me flanked!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for you, truly.
All yours, Kisara.
We did it! I'll take you all on! Ha! 𝚆𝚕𝚕𝚎𝚕𝚎!
Damn it! He's too fast!
One stand pack. I'll trip it up.
This one's mine. Not on my watch.
Be still!
Tiger Blade!
Benediction light.
Burn!
Away!
You're mine!
This one's mine!
Win!
Ready to go!
Begin! Armor won't save you!
I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until it's over.
Do not! Who said anything about letting off?
Eagle assault!
Going in.
Just getting started!
Elusive deity! Looking good! Finish it!
All yours, Kisara.
This one's mine! Going in!
This one's
Rising
mine.
Wyvern!
How I never miss.
Crunchy left! Crescent moon! Huh.
Rolling
In a bind?
Sword Lady! I'm ready! Throw away!
Go for it.
Prepare to crumble!
I can feel my power growing!
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
This one will be difficult to predict.
Be still! This one's all mine!
Where was I?
Ignite! Dragon Swarm!
Eat this!
Try
Here goes!
Elusive deity.
I'll take you! It got fire!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
That's it!
Here!
Tiger Blade!
Now the enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
Resonate with the earth.
Stalagmite!
Down! Your art!
Take this! Dragon Swarm!
Being interrupted.
I can carve through armor!
Resonate with the earth.
Double Phoenix!
Their arts were interrupted!
You're mine!
Excellent technique. How are your weapons prepared? That's not to give me any idea.
Not today!
Time is done!
Prepare to be double Phoenix!
No further.
Eagle assault!
Art expert coming through! Not on my watch!
Here I come!
I'm on time to shine! You're done!
Win!
I'm on a roll now!
Talon! Hurricane! Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
Anything in order!
Severing Wind! You're on!
Dragon Shield!
Flaming Thrust!
I'm
You're
just
on!
getting started! Going in!
Talon Hurricane! Do it! Law! Blow them away!
I should be of some use to us now.
You weren't exactly dead weight before.
Except in regard to doing basic chores. Take more than that! Break my shield!
Dependable
I'm like
to the
bait
last.
to them! Hurricane!
Mirage!
Glimmer Dragon!
Here!
I'll face you.
This one's mine!
You're mine!
First strike!
It's over! Win!
Resonate with the earth.
Art expert coming through!
I can carve through armor.
Take this!
Far enough!
You're finished!
Dragon Shield! Piercing roar!
Dragon Thrust!
Talon Hurricane! Eagle Shine! What's this? That trinket does it!
An astral orts?
That's my cue!
We got the advantage.
Shut him good. Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry, because laws aren't.
Eagle
Take
Dive!
this.
Here goes! Where are you going?
I'm ready! Here! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Benediction light.
Here I come!
Dragon Shield! On guard!
Double Demon Fang!
Make it rain!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
That firepower of yours is really something.
I could say the same.
An opponent like this should be easy.
I'll tear you apart!
Elusive deity.
Art expert coming through! Not on my
Leave the
watch!
agile ones to me.
Don't suffer in silence.
Explosive ring! Here I come!
One with the earth.
You see what happened
Prepare
there?
to be
Cross.
sealed. You shouldn't have done that.
I've taken too many hits!
Less talking, more doing.
Carve through armor.
Ignite!
Let me at him! Shield!
Leave the enemy's art to me.
You're done!
No complaints here. I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Primed and ready! Dragon Shell!
Heal!
Another incantation ruined.
Dragon Swarm! Stalagmite!
Try this!
Benediction light.
First strike! Explosive ring!
Heal!
How about
Let us
this?
aim to the
take you all on! Now!
Now we're not... Take this!
It's on!
Not in your dreams!
Make it rain!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
Any more of this and I'll burn out!
That's like it doesn't!
Soaring Light Spear! Rising Phoenix! Here I come!
Elusive deity!
Dragon
take
form! Several wings!
Make it rain!
Dohalim! In an instant! Impact block!
So that didn't go as planned.
We must consider well if this is the right path.
That equipment should come in handy.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands. I've got a really bad feeling about this.
I've used too much.
In here!
Shattering of pieces!
Resonate with the earth!
Fear sweep! Ready to go! I'm only getting
Smash you!
Here I go! Go! Let's ready! If it's in the sky, it's out!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Who danced in the wind? Air thrust! Going through! Where are you going?
Finish it!
There! On flat!
In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Dance in the wind!
Finally time
Air
flies.
thrust! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
What is this?
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So 𝚁𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚗's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's keep.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
Retreat! If you know what's good for you, can't get out of this!
One more!
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Can you take it? Is it hurt? Not so fast!
Dragon Sword! Try this!
Elusive deity!
Explosive Ring!
By the power of water!
Severing Wind! Hurricane
Let's give it a whirl!
Negative gate! Resonate with the earth!
Glacial spear! Piercing
Shattering of pieces! Attack time!
Freeze laser!
Armor won't save you!
Elusive Deity!
I'm out of ammo! Back into the... This one's mine! In the wind!
You're mine!
Here! Here is blood! Reload! Now! It's over! Astral energy! Full throttle! Go!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
Let's see what you've got.
Mega Ray!
Damn it!
Light Expert coming through!
Rising Phoenix!
Mega Ray! Captain! Puddle!
Rising Phoenix!
Stick is dead!
Take this!
Take it! Time to burn!
Dragon Sword!
We got energy! Dance in the wind! Now!
In a bind?
Here I go! Help this! Primed and ready! We got some!
Burn in hell!
Take it! Mega Ray!
I'm ready!
Rising
Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes, a merry distraction.
Now, there's still more to go!
Severing Wind!
Fear Sweep! Downward Burn! Raging Gusty! Mega Ray! Into the center!
worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
I'm ready!
Rinwell, astral energy, full throttle!
Certainly not bad.
No complaints here.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Armor won't save you!
Dragon Pit-Tongue! Eat dirt!
Here!
Dragon Form!
In the wind!
Negative resonate with the earth!
More where that came from!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And pummeling to me!
Here! Burning strike!
Glacial spear.
In a
Here's
bind!
the evil! Tempest swirl! A banana! Let's go!
Dragon Form!
Everlasting dark!
Photon slash!
Negative gate! Resonate with the earth!
Here! Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Dance in the wind!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Light astral crazy testing! Here! Mega ray! This'll come in
Double
handy!
Demon Fang!
I need to be stronger. I won't forgive you!
Attack time!
Eat dirt!
Hey! When did I get your power?
Glimmer Dragon!
This one's mine!
Eagle Assault! That freaking does it! You're mine! Now we're
Not
on!
in your dreams!
Dragon Blade!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Gravitas field! Into the shadows!
Resonate with the earth!
Can't get out of this!
We may get out of this alive after all.
Things were looking bad for a minute.
I'm pretty sure we can handle anything.
Ignite! Blow away!
I'm ready!
Alphen! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Talon Sword!
Gravitas field! Annihilation!
You're mine! Elusive deity!
Mega ray!
Whirlwind Snap! I'm just getting started! Does it hurt? Elusive deity! Talon Hurricane! Hitting pile driver! Eagle Guard! Talon Sword!
It's over!
I'm ready! Dohalim!
Hey!
Blow them away!
Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too tough for us?
The design... of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
Through these lands most verdant green. My eyes alight for sights unseen. In Menancia, pure and pristine.
What is it you see exactly?
That's not for me to say. This one will be difficult to predict. Stay calm. I shall provide assistance. Resonate with the earth.
Eat this! Burn! Oh, if it's in the sky, it's mine! Air thrust! Oh, it's one more time! Light
In a bind!
Oh, it's...
Kisara! All yours, Kisara! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! Death Blossom! Ready and raring! I can carve through armor! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Alright, it's
I'll
showtime!
face you!
Seal!
This one's all
Get on
mine!
in there with the others! There!
Ignore! Do it!
Primed and ready! This one's mine! Sleep now!
My reach is even wider!
Here! Now!
Tornado blow! Hey! Blow them away! How's that?
Acceptable.
Tornado drive! 𝚃𝚊𝚕𝚔𝚕𝚎! Tornado drive!
Leave the torch to me!
I'll face
Do
you!
it! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Dohalim's fighting style is... what's the word I'm looking for? Subdued? No...
Do you mean elegant, perhaps?
Yeah, that's the word. For better or worse, you can definitely tell he's cut from posh Renin cloth.
And he's not just skilled with the staff either. He can also use astral arts, including healing ones. I can see how he made it to the position of a lord.
You flatter me. But my fighting techniques merely come from a style that aims to conserve energy by minimizing body movement.
Is that why you wait until the last second before you dodge attacks? To avoid unnecessary movements?
No, I do that to sharpen my senses. I find that doing so is an effective means of drawing out my innermost strength.
Oh yeah, I've noticed you look stronger and strike out with your rod more after you dodge attacks. Guess that's why.
Still, it's a risk. Don't you ever worry you'll dodge at the wrong moment?
Then, it'll be just as well.
Huh?
It's nothing. Let us continue.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid 𝚿𝚗𝚕𝚎𝚜 of its enemies and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along, but it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. 𝚃𝚗𝚒𝚎's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already! I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we... fighting? Who even are you?
Lightning orb!
Take this!
Seal! Annihilation! Laser ray! Photon flash!
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal!
It's unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Time to burn!
Enjoy. Armor won't save you!
One more!
Here.
Pathetic!
I couldn't make it in time. Entertain me.
Go away!
From beyond.
Imbue this vanquished soul with life! Lost my focus! That freaking does it!
Repeat storm! Banana, let's go!
I'm ready!
Denied!
Enjoy.
Steal! Resonate with the earth!
Reload!
You picked the wrong fight!
Here's a healing orb! Confiscated!
Come and get
First aid!
Lightning orb! See what happened there is you crossed me.
I
Benediction
can't do
light.
anything!
Forgive me.
Take this! Can't get out of this!
Annihilation! Radiant pierce! I'll bring you back from death to bed!
First strike!
Enjoy.
I've let you all down.
Entertain me.
Hearts are being interrupted. From beyond, imbue this... Resuscitation!
Gravitas field!
Show me your strength.
I never...
Wide open!
You won't escape me!
Annihilation!
Pierce!
Take it! Pierce
With the
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shionne, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shionne!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shionne, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides, Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shionne, are you sure you're okay?
Shionne, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shionne was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Dahnan astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of 𝚁𝚗𝚒. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shionne to rest.
Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain. But you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of 𝚁𝚗𝚒𝚎.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renin district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renins have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danans and Renins, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danans rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renins here, there should still be some people around.
This debris... Do you think it could be the work of Renin astral arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings, it said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renins can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shionne has got a point. I mean, you don't see Renins like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important, and learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renins!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.